Last few days, I've had one spammer. I mean, I turn around, there's 14 posts. Turn around again, 7 posts. And this guy, is saying that they are all screwed up. And the way this guy is talking is like everybody screwed up except for him. The guy's homeless, talks about he's getting his meals from a church and says that the corporate world's all screwed up. Yeah, okay. We know the corporate world is all screwed up, but so are you. Like if you go to a church and you get a free meal, who the hell paid for that meal? You think that the church just magically made up a dollar to be, or magically made food up? No, somebody contributes to a church, and chances are it's some sinner. Anybody that goes to church admits that they're sinners, and they earn their money in the corporate world. And after they've done everything wrong in the corporate world, they feel that they need to donate a little bit to a religion, to feed to a food bank. And it's like, is that church teaching you how to get your own food, or are they only there so that they can give you, food for the day? Like, let's really think about that. Is the church that you go to, that you're trying to promote and say, oh, church and religion is the ones that know best? In the Bibles that they read, they say, don't give a man one fish, teach a man how to fish so he doesn't have to, so he can feed himself every day. I don't see churches doing that. They have food banks. They kind of create, the Armageddon. They create the reasons why you need church to go and get your food for the one day. They cannot give everybody on the planet free food every day. Like, it's total insanity. And trying to look at the logic of what this guy is saying, because he's acting like he knows all of the answers. It's like, you're homeless and you need to get your food from a food bank. How the hell do you think you got it right? When and everybody else gets it wrong. It's like everything is wrong and you are playing in everything that's wrong. And if you can't see that, you're just friggin' totally insane. I mean, look at where I get my income from. I know that's insane. At least I recognize the position I'm in. Um, Part of the insanity that I'm even dealing with is, okay, I found a bigger picture. I see the game that's being played. I know the rules to the game. Does that mean I'm a master at the game? Hell no. When I'm a master of the game, then I'll be earning my own money. When I'm a master at the game, I wouldn't have a smoking addiction. I'm at least recognizing I'm not in total alignment with myself. you know, at least this shit will show you you're on your wrong path, and it'll show you what is the right path. But it's a process to constantly be in alignment with yourself. But at the same time, it's like society influences. So in order for you to be in perfect alignment with yourself, you have to be a hell of a lot stronger than society. It's like you have to go against everybody on the planet to be able to do what's right. So, when I asked this guy, like, what example are you setting? He's freaking homeless. So if he's the one that's got everything right, do we live by his influence? Does this guy actually mean we all should be homeless? And all should be going to a church and getting our food that way? Is that the influence that you say is the best way? Or can you see that maybe you're screwed up too? Like, be the change that you think we should be following. Be the influence that you think we should be influenced of. Right now, I already know all I've got is information of, holy shit, have we been lied to? Every single thing you happen to believe to be true is dead wrong. And you don't know what's right until you're on your perfect path. Like, it's a process to learn what's true. And I still clearly that I've got a smoking addiction. still tells me that I got some lies going on in myself. Lies that I've got to transform into truth. We're all dealing with lies. And then after that, appears to be this really nice lady who, openly said she's dealing with all of these medical issues, and she's on a disability the same as me, and she says the government is so nice to her, and I disagreed with that, because the only reason that she has those health issues is because of government that she supports, which is what I'm saying is, it's not so much the guys at the top that are wrong, it's the power we give them. So by her supporting government and saying everything they're doing is wrong, will eventually give you health issues. But everything is causal. That is one of the biggest truths out there that nobody wants to really wrap their brain around. But everything is causal. Everything you experience has a cause. Cancer was caused by something. You get a cold, that cold was caused by something and not really what you think it is. Addictions have a cause. The global collapse has a cause. It's a matter of being smart enough to figure out what the causes are. And another big secret is you cure the causes, you'll cure the problem. And we don't know how to look past our noses. We don't know how to see down that domino to see what was the first domino that started everything going. When you can see what started everything going, then you can change it. So I happen to disagree because this woman, had health issues. I said, hey, if you ever want a free tracking, and cure some of those illnesses, I'll be happy to offer any help that I can. Well, was she against my help and just started criticizing me and was in support of this guy that is homeless and saying everybody's wrong except for him, and I apparently am judgmental and one-sided. And it's like, well, so are you. For you to be making that statement means you are one-sided and judgmental. You just judged me and you're one-sided. You have your side that you are supporting. I don't see you having an open mind to a second side. You're one-sided, and you're judgmental. So don't expect me not to be judgmental or one-sided. We're all judgmental and we're all one-sided. It's a matter of what side you want to be on. A side that works for you or a side that doesn't work for you. A side that gives you power or a side that gives you no power. So it's kind of a couple of dumb statements as far as I was concerned. And it's like, this channel is not what you may think it is. A lot of people have said that my channel is an utter disaster and it's not successful. And it's like, hell, it's everything I wanted. It's perfectly successful for what I designed it to be. I ain't after high views. I don't want high views. I don't want people coming in saying, I know all the answers as they lived up a screwed up life. It's like, I'm interested in having open conversations that are nice and peaceful and sort of question, does this make any sense to you? Like, I'm looking for that conversation where we can debate some issues so we can find truth. Not for you to come out and say, hey, I am the one that knows it all as your life is completely screwed up, and then you're going to sit there and criticize me. That ain't what I'm interested in. And you taught me that if you can't censor yourself, you can't understand what this channel is about, then, block and delete. If you don't like the channel, go watch channels that you do like. Control yourselves. If you don't like what I'm saying, don't be listening to it. But I am finding the most humorous thing is the people that don't like my channel are the ones that keep watching. You can block and delete them, but they're still there. They still watch day in and day out something they don't like. Does that make any sense? And the ones that don't like my channel, they go off onto the internet, into post boards, and start talking about it. which is perfect because that's exactly what I want you to do. I want you to stimulate that conversation. Start having conversations. Analyze it to death. Criticize it until it does make some sense to you. So it's like, it's working perfectly for me. The channel is exactly what it is that I designed it to be, and it's attracting exactly what I wanted it to be. And it is more of a diary for myself, because I've said over and over again, you're kind of insane if you don't follow your own advice. My bird's going a little nuts. I'll have to end this soon. But I did know that what I've also put out there is enough information. Clearly, I would like to get some tracking, but even this guy that is brilliant genius, Dr. Wolf, can't track me. He doesn't have what it takes to track me, and I knew there was going to be somebody else out there that would be able to, and I found that person. And there's actually a group of us now. There's 3 of us that really get this stuff, really understand what this new information is all about. And all 3 of us are working on ourselves first. You can't help anybody else until you help yourself. And although a lot of things I've been successful at healing, there's still, I mean, my heart needs a lot of healing. It's the only reason I smoke. It's the only reason I'm still on this disability, is because my heart's broken, because it really breaks my heart to see how much hate there is in the world. So, and every time somebody keeps showing me hate, it just keeps breaking my heart every friggin' day. But I at least am responsible and accountable, and know that this broken heart that I got going on, which stems from a hell of a lot of abuse, that part needs to be healed. And it takes one massively strong, loving people to be able to help heal that. And I've attracted that. And I wake up every morning to these amazing, uplifting emails of support and love. Like, everybody should get that. It feeds so much positive energy. It helps heal so much. And I mean, I'd love to share this process, but right now, the 3 of us are working on each other. We're supporting each other to help take us to another level. We sort of know the game, and we know the rules to the game, and now we're in process using these tools that we've got. We haven't mastered the game yet. So I invite anybody else that wants to sort of, anybody that's interested in transforming everything that's negative into something that's positive, I invite you to participate. But if you're locked into everything that's wrong, if you're locked into the pain and you can't even see that it starts with you, then you don't even know the game yet. You don't even know the rules. I've had even one guy that wanted to, convince me this Bible is correct. And somehow 1 + 1 equals a Bible is true. I have zero idea where you're getting that. If you add a number 1 and you add another number 1, and say that it equals 2, in some way that equals a Bible being true, that makes 0 sense whatsoever. Like, if you're going to use that kind of metaphor, then you need to do a little bit more research than the research you've done, because you haven't proven a point that a Bible is correct. You sent me an email that said nothing, nothing to support the Bible is God's word. It's the heavy manipulation that's controlling a planet, that's destroying a planet, that's creating an Armageddon. You've been programmed perfectly, and you can't even let go of that programming. Something's wrong with you more than it is with me. But, anybody that's got a point should be able to prove a point. And I've been trying to do that. I mean, anybody that wants to see something, I'm more than willing to have that peaceful conversation. But if you want to come at me saying you're right, you're right, you're right, it's like make your own channel, make it interesting enough for me to watch it, and then I'll watch it. But I don't tend to watch anything that I don't happen to believe in. You gotta have to be a hell of a lot smarter than I am for me to switch me. Peace out.